Facebook is broken. A few years ago, I enjoyed Facebook. I had crossed the $100,000 income threshold using free Facebook organic strategy. So I was a bit pleased with myself. Not huge money, but good enough for me, especially since I was doing business elsewhere too. I enjoyed the fact that there was a quasi-social aspect, which, when combined with the business side of things, made it a perfect place to do business. But a couple of years ago, something started to change. I couldn't put my finger on it, but my intuition, my internal radar, was on a high alert. The problem was that I couldn't get an exact read of what was happening. All I knew was that people were less responsive. Not as many were replying to messages, and it was getting harder to cut through the increasing levels of noise and clutter. Come 2020, and the trend accelerated, and for one very good reason: COVID. Soon enough, hordes of people were spending more time online. Some of them started businesses, whilst others who had traditional offline businesses made desperate attempts to switch to the online world. Most of them failed, but they all contributed to the avalanche of marketing clutter. Even Facebook groups are now overrun with marketers. Most of the groups have more marketers than real businesses or consumers. And as for Messenger, what can I say? A spam fest. This is why so many people won't reply to messages now, even from people who are not spammers. Hi there. My name is Kim Willis, and I've been marketing online since 2006. You could say that I'm a veteran. Since then, I've sold millions of dollars of products and services online. Today, I want to show you a strategy that will reduce your dependence on Facebook, whilst at the same time increase your results. In other words, you get more from less. I call it squeezing the juice. More warm leads and more perfect clients for you. Now, it's a strategy that doesn't require you to do any of this. Spend hours a day writing and posting content, wasting time in groups, starting your own group, annoying people by spamming them in the DMs, personal messages, building funnels, or running ads. But more than this, it's a strategy that will ensure that you are less dependent on Facebook, not more. I'll show you how to add one new traffic source that will produce inbound leads from people who actually want what you're offering. And here is the best bit. It will deliver warm inbound leads for free. By the time they decide to become a lead, they already love what you do. So no more wasting time with people who couldn't care less about you. Like what you heard so far? Great. Keep watching. As you can imagine, digital marketers, coaches, affiliate marketers, and so on are hurting at the moment. They're saying things like, how can I compete against a myriad of others who are all saying, pick me, I'm the best? Good question, and here's my answer. You can't. You can't if you keep doing the same old things in the same old way. Let's say you spend most of your business time on Facebook. Could be LinkedIn, doesn't matter, same thing. And you're finding it mighty hard to make money from it. Well, take a look at this. It's the trust issue. It's a trust issue. Now, LinkedIn, you can see there on the right-hand side, is towards the top. It's got a top score. This is from BII Digital Trust Rankings. Their score is 70. But look at Facebook, 32. Then Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube, believe it or not. I do find this one hard to believe, on a lowly 13. But the one I really want to focus on is Facebook, 32. 32 out of 100. It's a low-trust platform, which is what I've been saying all along. Low trust, saturated, frivolous, ultra-low attention spans. Now, since COVID, most people have discovered that it's harder to get cut through the digital noise and get attention. So I had to rethink about how we find people online. I went back to my earlier experiences, starting in 2000. Back then, there was no social media to speak of. Now, I made money from ads, Google search, YouTube, my YouTube videos, blogging, and collaborative network. It was good money too. First year as a part-timer yielded $137,000 because I still had a day job, right? So it was good part-time money. I just 4 evenings a week, that was it. And in 2013, when I decided to travel with my family, I was still making good money, even though I was working less. So affiliate marketing, this is just one affiliate program that I was supporting. I'm not an affiliate marketer now. Okay, this is a program that I joined in 2013, and the payout that I got on the 15th of January 2014, you can see it down there, was $18,000. I'd received plenty of payouts before then, but this is just, an example. And that leaves a balance owing to me of $36,000. See, so you put the two together there, and you've got a pretty good situation. And then a few months later, got a total payout of 159,000. And this is a program that I only started doing it in a sort of concerted way in September of the previous year. One program. Now, of course, being successful on in terms of internet marketing and online marketing gives you certain freedoms, and you're no longer geographically restricted. Okay, COVID has been a factor there for sure, but some happy snaps there for Cambodia on the right. Now, don't get me wrong, I now use social media, including Facebook. I also use LinkedIn, and have made multiple six figures from Facebook alone. But my preference is to combine social media with at least one other strategy, such as collaborative networking, whereby you connect with like-minded people on Zoom, some of whom may be perfect prospects for you. Where do you find these networks? Send me a message and I'll tell you. Talking about networks, in the old offline world, the old style, old-fashioned offline world, yeah, I've done my fair share of networking, and anybody that's been in the digital marketing space will know some of these people, I reckon. So there's John Chow, right-hand side, bottom left, right-hand side. Top left is living legend Joe Sugarman. Look him up. Anyway, and then I teach. I haven't done any face-to-face, real-world teaching. Now I do it online, Zoom calls and all the rest of it. But yeah, I've done my fair share of teaching as well. So the first strategy, the first alternative to Facebook type of strategy is collaborative networks. Okay. The second one is a simple Google or YouTube traffic strategy. I've been using both of these platforms to deliver inbound leads since 2009. I use low-tech, simple ways to plug into the oceans of people searching for solutions to their problem. Now, a lot of people don't want to do the SEO and all that kind of stuff because they think it's too complicated. But I've developed an ultra-simple way to get it happening. And you know something? A lot of the time, the results come in fast. Okay, so it's a quickie type strategy. Now, this video is not a training on how to develop another source of traffic and leads other than Facebook. I'm just saying this is what many smart marketers are doing, and if you want to learn about it, I can help you there. So if you want to explore one of these other audience building or traffic boosting methods, let me know. This is a little story or a testimonial from Tess Robinson in Sydney, Australia. Unfortunately, she's come down with COVID. I helped Tess get started in the online world about 11 years ago. Quite a significant following, got lots of clients, and but she credits me as the guy who got her started. Now, back to the main topic, squeezing more juice from social media. This statement is not smart. To make more money on Facebook, you must spend more time on it. To that I say, bunk 'em. You want to spend less time on social media, at least for business purposes, not more, right? How can you do it? Well, by being a heck of a lot more effective than you have been till now. One of the reasons that so many people struggle with social media is that they expect too much from it. They buy into the story that all you need is a Facebook group, or all you need is to pitch people on Messenger or run Facebook ads, and untold riches will flow to you. Well, if that is true, why do so many people struggle to make money with it? Here is the reason. You have little or no control when you're on Facebook. When someone is logged onto Facebook, their behavior changes. They have low attention spans and are totally skeptical and untrusting of claims and promises. And another big issue is this frickin' algorithm, right? We become slaves to the algorithm, and the algorithm manipulates our behavior, okay? And it's designed to keep us on Facebook longer than we otherwise would be on it, okay? So I'm saying to hell with all of that, and let's take on Facebook, use them in the best way possible, and then get off the platform and do something else. How do you get around the problem? You take people off Facebook and onto your turf as fast as you can, right? So that's the key. You do your stuff on Facebook, and then you get them off of Facebook, and then you log out. That's it. Okay. So instead of spending hours a day on Facebook, you might be spending 30 minutes a day. And you do one more thing. You involve people in your Circle of Trust program. Now, what is COT or COT? It's a simple strategy designed to move people from skeptical to trusting as soon as possible. Each circle of trust strategy is different, but it can include initiatives such as a 5-day challenge or a 4-day or even a 3-day challenge. Who needs those long challenges? Forget it. Subscribing to your trust building and authority enhancing email series. Commenting pods, which is another strategy. I think I was one of the very first that started using that strategy. Most people don't even know about it. Yet I've made countless sales from that strategy alone because it builds trust, right? And of course, sharing videos. Now, you may not be a video person, you may not have done much camera work or something like that. You don't absolutely have to, but it's just another strategy. And I'm looking forward to teaching people more about how to build trust through using video and all of these other methods, plus a couple more besides, such as authority building lead magnet and having your own consumer awareness guide. So these are two critical tools that will help to increase trust, reduce fear and apprehension in people's minds about dealing with somebody like you, and turn you into a true authority. Now, these two documents are branded to you, and they're like your silent advocates working tirelessly for you 24 hours a day. Now, here's an example of a lead magnet. This is just the cover page, right? It's an 8-page document, and basically it calls out people's pain points, offers some kind of a powerful benefit, and then as they look or read through the document, they see the proof of what your original promise was on the first page, on the cover page. Okay, so that's your lead magnet. Everyone needs it. Now, the lead magnet is offered in return for people's email address. Okay, it's primarily a lead generation tool, as you would expect. Then we have the consumer awareness guide. This is more of a conversion tool and is offered to people once they're in the funnel. They're in your sales funnel, they're going deeper into the sales funnel. So this helps to build more belief and sort of gets people to the point where they are romancing about doing business with you. You know, they're fantasizing about it. And this document will help you in a very powerful way. Once again, this is just the cover page, and this would be typically about an 8-page document. It's a belief-building document, okay? Now, the Consumer Awareness Guide is often offered after a prospect has requested your lead magnet, as mentioned, and it's primarily a sales conversion tool. And get this, we know if and when your prospect clicks the link to read the document, particularly the lead magnet document, because you want to know who is leaning forward in the first instance. You want to identify who your hot leads are, okay? I call this my leaning forward strategy. And too many marketers waste time on people who are not leaning forward, right? That's one of the reasons why they're not making money. They're very time inefficient. This is a big issue, and when you work with me, I will help you solve the problem once and for all. Here's a little testimonial story from Herb Lambert. I'm living proof that the strategy you teach works, and also living proof that solo ads, because he was using solo ads and Facebook ads, take time and money for limited results. Your strategy applied consistently over 90 days changed everything, and I have not spent a cent or a penny to advertise. The quality of leads are way higher too. That's a very important point. By now you should be excited, and you may have some questions such as, how much extra time will all this take? Maybe none, because you're going to be spending less time on Facebook for starters. How long will it take to produce results? 30 days from the time you start implementing. Do I have to create the Consumer Awareness Guide and the Lead Magnet tools myself? You can, or you can hire us to do it for you, which is much faster and more effective. How can I learn these strategies in greater detail? Well, we will train you. Of course, that's the idea. Of course, I don't know what type of business you're building, but I do know that this concept can be applied to virtually any business, including yours. So where to from here? Well, you have a couple of choices. One is hard, the other easy. It's up to you, of course. The first is to try and do it all yourself. Oh, what a grind that is. It's a tough option, fraught with risk. The second option is to let me help you get there. You still have to put in some work, of course, but by having a skilled guide, not only will it be easier, it will be a lot faster too. So I've developed a framework and a training format. I know you'll love it, and no, it won't cost you an arm and a leg. It's called the Omnipresence Formula. We combine social media with other inbound traffic methods, then use a unique lead magnet method, as I've shown you, that will boost trust and authority and produce warm to hot leads for you. I guarantee it. So there you have it. Work with me and I'll show you how to squeeze more juice from Facebook and spend less time doing it. Spend less time creating content. Use messaging tools the right way, no spam method. Locate and implement at least one other organic traffic strategy, and generate free inbound leads. More than that, develop your kick butt lead magnet, develop your consumer awareness guide, get more people to lean forward and identify who they are, avoid the time wasters and focus on your hot prospects, develop your circle of trust strategy, and the easiest ways to get prospects off of Facebook and onto your turf, which is where they belong. Now, I'm not prone to hyperbole, but this could be just the thing you're looking for. It could be the difference between struggling to create life-changing income and turning your business into a roll gold money machine. Another story here, this is from Peter Beckenham. Peter's built a significant following since I work with him. He uses various organic methods, including Facebook personal profile method. He's made a lot of sales. He started out as an affiliate marketer, and then he morphed into becoming a coach, a sales coach, and he's a mighty good one at that. He's got a big following on Facebook. So, if you love what I've been talking about, let me know. I'll show you how it works and help you get started. One more thing. I hope you're not like the poor frog dropped into a saucepan of cold water. Oops. Gradually the heat is increased until the frog dies. Literally, he boils to death. It was the incremental increases in heat that did it. He was experiencing discomfort, but not enough to make a change and jump out of the saucepan. Don't be like that frog. Jump out of the saucepan now before it's too late. Reach out now. Ask for video 2.